Spiders are vital ecosystem guardians with secrets stranger than just webs and bites. From blue blood to electric flight and even spider milk, here are 15 fascinating facts you didn't know about spiders. Their legs are biological hydraulics. Let's start with how they move. Unlike humans, or most animals for that matter, spiders don't use muscles to extend their legs. They only have muscles to pull them in. So, how do they walk? They use a biological hydraulic system. They pump a watery liquid into their legs under high pressure to snap them straight. This is actually the reason why you always see dead spiders with their legs curled up tightly. Once they die, that hydraulic pressure is lost. The system fails, and their flexor muscles naturally contract, pulling everything inward forever. Spider silk is stronger than steel. We often think of spider webs as fragile, but chemically, spider silk is one of the toughest materials on Earth. If you had a strand of spider silk and a strand of steel of the exact same thickness, the silk would be 5 times stronger. It's also incredibly elastic. Some silk can stretch 4 times its length without snapping. Scientists have actually calculated that if you wove a web out of dragline silk roughly the thickness of a pencil, it would be strong enough to stop a Boeing 747 inches mid-flight. Try doing that with a steel cable. The spider that acts like Viagra? Deep in the Amazon rainforest, there is a 7-inch nightmare known as the Brazilian wandering spider. It is huge, it is aggressive, and its bite is medically devastating, causing convulsions and shock. But for men, there is a bizarre, agonizing side effect. The venom triggers a condition called priapism, an erection that lasts for hours. If untreated, it can actually destroy the tissue permanently. However, there is a silver lining. Scientists are now harvesting this deadly toxin to create a revolutionary new treatment for erectile dysfunction, hoping to turn a lethal poison into a medical miracle for men whom traditional drugs like Viagra can't help. They have blue blood. Spiders might look like aliens, and they have the blood to match. While humans have red blood because of hemoglobin, which uses iron to carry oxygen, spiders use something else entirely. They utilize a molecule called hemocyanin, which is copper-based. When that copper binds with oxygen, it turns their blood a pale, ghostly blue. So, yes, royalty aren't the only blue bloods around. They can fly using electricity. You've probably heard of spiders riding the wind, a process called ballooning. But for years, scientists were puzzled. Spiders were taking off even when there was zero wind. It turns out they are using electricity. Spiders can sense the Earth's electric fields. When they want to travel, they release silk strands that pick up a negative charge. Since the ground is also negatively charged, they repel each other, and the spider is lifted into the sky like a static charged balloon. They can use this to cross entire oceans. The vegetarian outlier. Out of over 40,000 known species of spiders, almost every single one is a ruthless carnivore. Except for one, the Bagheera kiplingi. Found in Central America, this jumping spider is the hipster of the arachnid world. It's mostly vegetarian, surviving by eating protein-rich buds from acacia plants. It is currently the world's only known vegetarian spider. Jumping spider's dream. If you think spiders are robotic killing machines, think again. They might have complex inner lives. In 2022, a study proved that jumping spiders enter a sleep state that looks exactly like REM sleep in humans. Researchers filmed baby spiders sleeping and saw their retinal tubes darting back and forth just like our eyes do when we dream. Their legs even twitched, much like a dog running in its sleep. While we can't ask them, it's very likely they are dreaming, probably about catching giant flies. They are musical geniuses. A spider's web isn't just a trap, it's a sensory instrument. Spiders actively tune their webs by tightening or loosening strands to adjust the tension. By listening to the different vibrations through their feet, they can tell exactly what is happening. A frantic vibration? That's lunch. A rhythmic, gentle pluck? That might be a mate. They are effectively listening to the world through the strings of their web. The smoothie diet. You will never see a spider chewing its food, simply because they have no teeth to chew with. They rely entirely on external digestion. When they catch prey, they inject it with a cocktail of enzymes that liquefies the internal organs. The spider then drinks the prey like a soup or a smoothie, leaving behind nothing but a dry, empty husk. The scuba diver. Spiders are land animals, right? Tell that to the diving bell spider. This species spends its entire life underwater. It carries air bubbles from the surface down to the web, filling it up to create a physical diving bell. It lives, eats, and sleeps inside this air pocket, only surfacing when it needs a fresh tank of oxygen. Spiders that breastfeed? This next one completely broke the rules of biology. Producing milk is supposed to be a mammal thing, but scientists discovered that the Toxius magnus jumping spider actually breastfeeds its young. The mother secretes a nutrient-rich fluid that has 4 times the protein of cow's milk. The babies rely on this milk for 20 days, and then slowly transition to insects, just like a human baby weaning onto solid food. It's a level of maternal care we never thought possible in insects or arachnids. Masters of disguise. In the wild, if you look like a tasty snack, you get eaten. So, some spiders pretend to be something else. The ant mimic spider has evolved to look and move exactly like an ant. It even holds its front 2 legs up in the air to look like antennae. This disguise is brilliant for 2 reasons. It hides them from predators who hate the taste of ants, and it allows them to sneak right into ant colonies to eat the ants. The dancing plague. The word tarantula actually comes from a case of mistaken identity and mass hysteria. In medieval Taranto, Italy, people believed the bite of a local wolf spider caused a deadly lethargy called tarantism. The only cure? To dance like a maniac for days, to sweat out the poison. This gave birth to the famous tarantella folk dance. We now know the spider was harmless and the plague was likely just mass psychological stress. But when explorers went to America and saw giant hairy spiders, they reused the name, and the tarantula was born. They eat more than 7 billion humans. We often fear spiders, but without them, we would be in big trouble. Spiders are the ultimate pest controllers. It is estimated that the global spider population consumes between 400 and 800 million tons of prey every single year. To put that in perspective, the total weight of all adult humans on Earth is only about 287 million tons. Spiders eat double our weight in bugs annually. Without them, our crops and our homes would be completely overrun. The tragedy of number 16. Finally, let's talk about the record holder. The oldest known spider in the world was a female trapdoor spider named number 16. She lived in a burrow in Australia for a staggering 43 years. She didn't die of old age. In 2016, researchers found her burrow pierced. She had been murdered by a parasitic wasp. It was a tragic end to a record-breaking life, but it proved that these creatures can live much, much longer than we ever imagined. Which of these facts surprised you the most? The blue blood, the flying, or the Viagra thing? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing nature facts. See you next time.